Turn this into this. I'm the Great British Chocolatier and you're watching Chocolate Plus. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Chocolate Plus. My name is Mark, aka the Great British Chocolatier, and today we are going to be making some honeycomb, as I called it for my life. If you in the UK, it's called honeycomb. Over in the US, it's called, in different places it have different names, like cinder toffee, sea foam, and some other name which I forgot. So if I remember, it'll be put up there somewhere. But all you're gonna need is some sugar, some regular white granulated sugar. You're gonna need some corn syrup. This is light corn syrup. I use the light one. You can get dark, but I prefer this one. Need some baking soda. Helps if you have a candy thermometer. They're about $20 in the store, in a like a Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Also pick up from Amazon. But a candy thermometer, because we need to boil the sugar up to 300 degrees, so it's crazy hot. You're going to need a saucepan. This has a thick, heavy bottom. It helps distribute the heat around inside. Also, you want to have as tall as possible. This isn't as tall as I'd like it, but if you do it in the pan, it ain't gonna work, because after we have the boiling sugar, we're gonna put the baking soda in it, and you'll see what happens to it. It's all gonna froth up, and you don't want it overflowing, because it'll be a nightmare. So we're gonna be putting this on the stove, and we're gonna be measuring out our ingredients. So I'll leave that there. Also, I've got the ingredients here because I sometimes forget. I don't always write things down, but today I did, so they're here. So we're going to start off with a cup of sugar, and as it says, well, corn syrup. But listen, candy is a tasty treat it's not meant to be healthy. And I want 1 cup of sugar. So if there are alternatives to corn sugar, corn syrup, I would use corn syrup. So 1 cup of sugar, and that goes straight into the pot like that. And then we're gonna need some corn syrup. We're asking for 1/3 of a cup. And as we know, corn syrup is very, very sticky. So to loosen it up a bit, we can put it in the microwave. So let's see if I put this in here. About 30 seconds should be okay. I've not ever put it in there before, so we'll see. Maybe not 30 seconds. I'll do 15. But honeycomb is a really sweet, crunchy, melt in your mouth candy. If you never had it, you need to make it. Yeah, 15 seconds is more than enough to get this warm. So we need 1/3 of a cup. Why is it that they put this handle on the wrong side? Because I need to read this side, so I've got to read it backwards. So 1/3 of a cup, like so. And these measurements kind of have to be precise, because when you're working with candy, corn syrup and sugar candy, measurements are kind of important. Okay, so this goes in with the, close that. Let's bring this over here because I'm not heating it yet. This goes in here, in with the sugar, and because I want everything out, I'm using a spatula, which is falling apart on me. It's got a bamboo handle, and it's coming apart. So make sure you get as much of that out off as possible. You see, look at that. It's falling apart, but it still works, even though it's falling apart. Alright, so that's most of that in. And then we're going to have 1/3 of a cup of water. So let me go get some. Get some water. You can use tap water. And 1/3 of a cup. If I'm looking at the right, there you go. You throw it in there. And there you have the concoction. And then we're going to put this on the heat. I'm going to bring it over here. Now we're going to attach. Back over here. We're going to attach this to here. Now when you attach the thermometer, you don't want the bottom touching the floor. You want it kind of clamped on, and you want it so that it just is not on the bottom, but still in the candy. And it's we'll work with that. And so that goes on there. You turn this on. Now, when I first made this, I used I made a heavy batch. I was actually making a cream for filling for candy, and I didn't use a wooden spoon. In fact, I used a plastic spoon. And as I'm stirring and stirring, unbeknownst to me, I'm thinking when I took the spoon out, half the spoon had melted away. I'm like, oh, so we don't use plastic spoons in hot sugar. We only use wood. You can use silicone, but I'm not a silicone fan. So let's bring them over here. So as you see, nothing much is happening at all. But we want to, let me angle this so I can not put this in the fire. There you go. That's as great as the angle as it goes. All right, so it's going to take a while, but you want to mix in the corn syrup, the water, like so, on high heat, because we want to mix in all the water and the sugar. Move this out of the way for a bit. And of course, as you know, we're dealing with hot liquids here, so we don't want to cut that is on the bottom. So because I've only got 1 cup in this large bowl, I'm going to have to get my other thermometer. And we're going to keep stirring, because what we're going to do, we want all the edges, all the sugar to melt in the corn syrup and the water. And that's going to take a while, so rather than having me talk for 10 minutes, we're just going to let this boil, stirring all the time until everything is dissolved. So I'll speed this up, and when it comes to a boiling point, we'll start seeing what happens. Okay. Let me bring you back over here while that's doing that. Hopefully the camera's good. I don't know. So 2.5 tablespoons. I tried to find a measuring. I can't find where the measurer is. So we're gonna have 2. I have teaspoons, not tablespoons. So that's 1. You don't really want them heaping. And that's that. Now what you're also going to need is a sieve, because you want to sieve this into the hot mixture, because it gets rid of all the lumps. So let's get back to the magic over here. It's still temperature. We've reached 300. I'm going to turn it off and move it off the heat. And we're going to take this out and see. It's going to go down kind of rapidly. But I don't know if you can see that. So let me put this, let me move this out of the way. And the good thing about that is it's going to, I wouldn't worry about the sugar on the thermometer because it will come out. Let me put this in the camera. It will come out. Okay, so now we have this crazy red hot sugar. As you see, that's red hot. And it's a slightly golden color, amber, which is good. And now we're going to add in the baking soda, but we're gonna sieve it. So, and we're gonna kind of move fast after we sieve it. And I forgot to do something that I should have done, and that is prepare my tray. But I'm gonna have to put it on the baking sheet that I got. So we're just gonna stir it in, and as you see, it instantly starts to froth up. That's the sugar reacting to the baking soda. And now, I'm going to be fast here. Okay, I would normally put this in a bowl, but I forgot. And I also forgot to... I got so caught up in making this, I should have greased this parchment paper, but I didn't. So you just want to dump it out, like so. And it's going to toughen up real quickly. Do not touch this with your hands. It is red hot and it'll burn your skin off. So that's what we got right there. I wouldn't worry about this. This will all come off if you soak it in just regular water. Look at this. It looks like the blob right there. So we're not going to touch this at all. We're not going to put this in the fridge. This stays here on the counter. We're going to leave it for 10 minutes and we're just going to let it set and harden. Okay, so I'll be back in a few and we'll get ready for the fun stuff. Alright, see you in a bit. Okay, we are back and this is what we have. It's flattened out a little bit and I'm okay with that. It's been about half an hour. It's been left on the side. So I'm going to put on some gloves now because we got to wrap this golden disc of amazingness in chocolate. After all, we are Chocolate Plus. And it worked out pretty good. So, I'm using milk chocolate today. So, goes in the microwave, 30 seconds. Stirring 3 rounds, stirring in between, as you know. Put that there, we got our fork for dipping. And now this isn't the easiest, I mean look at this. And it didn't stick, it's, look at that. Smells delicious. This I think is still a bit sticky here. But you see the holes, and now these are the holes that's going to be all the way through. And normally you smash this up. I'm going to try and cut it. I'm going to try and cut it up. Okay, not much melted as we know. Put that in there for 30 seconds. So let's see if we can, yeah. I mean, look at that. Look at that. I'm so encouraged. So I'm not going to cut it because I want bigger pieces than this. So I should. I'm telling you, I am so happy with this. I mean, look at this. This is what you can make. Look at all those beautiful holes right there. And it smells delicious. Now, This is honeycomb, sea foam, cinder toffee. I think the Australians call it violet something crumb. And you don't need a knife. You can just break this with your hands. So I'm just trying to create less crumbs. But the crumbs are good because the crumbs you can put on ice cream. You can put it on your dessert. So there's no waste here. And so I'm just going to break it down to like dippable, biteable pieces, and whatever form they come. Oh, this is amazing. And this is like candy gold. I mean, look at this. Can you see that? And it's gonna. I am so happy with this. It's one of my favorite candies to make. In England, we call it a crunchy, and on Fridays we coined the slogan, which I use all the time, even if they don't use it in the states, in the motherland anymore. And that is think crunchy. It's Friday, but today is Monday, so think crunchy. It's Monday. All right, round 2. Stir. Just knock off some of the excess, and then put it back in here. Because we are going to cover these bad boys in chocolate. Now remember, if you find your chocolate isn't loose enough, you can put it in for, I love the smell of chocolate too. You can put it in for a 4th round, but you're only going to put it in for about 10 to 15 tops seconds. Stirring a lot at this point also helps because you help distribute the heat that's in there. Okay, so we don't need that no more. And all those crumbs that we see here, I mean, this is, I'm going to eat a bit. Let me have a small piece. Look. Oh my goodness. It's crunchy, it's soft, it makes it stuck to your teeth, but it's only going to be for a bit because that's what the honeycomb does. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. That's a good job right there. So, we're going to need another tray, another piece of parchment paper. Like so. In fact, let me go and get another tray. I'll be right back. Alright, I've got our tray here. Got that there. And we know the drill. Can you see me? Let me check the camera. I mean, you can't see it. It's one of the... I don't want to stack this up too much yet. Alright, so we're probably going to need another one because this is going to be too much for one. But all we're going to do is just take a piece. Now, I like to dip the whole thing, cover the whole thing in chocolate. You can just dip half of it. A lot of people just dip half of it. But I like to dip the whole thing in chocolate, and of course it falls off the fork. And you're going to tap off the excess, and it falls off again. And that's okay. If it falls off the fork, you can get actually dipping forks that are 2 prongs, but I don't have them. I just use a fork. So let me just throw these in, and let me dip it. Let me dip as many as I can with this one, and then we'll do a half and half. So that's it. And like I said, you can dip in half. You know, dip the honeycomb in half the chocolate and leave the half exposed. I dip the whole thing in chocolate because that's what I do here at Chocolate Plus. And so I'll do this. Something that you can do. This is a fun. When you get to this stage, the kids can help you because everything's cool and nothing's gonna burn you. So let me finish these pieces, and I'll get back to you I'll fast forward it, then we can talk afterwards. It's crunchy time. Okay, so here we have it. Let me do a flyby. Let me get this camera here. And we have our chocolate covered right here. And they've got a set, so I'm going to again leave them at room temperature. And now do a fly over just the honeycomb. And I'll cover these later. And so I'll be back when these are set. And for you it'll be a few seconds. Okay, while that's sitting, I just wanted to show you that the pot that we used, the sugar all does melt away, as you see by the spoon here. It's off the spoon. And it's only stuck here because the water wasn't there. But if you remember, this was all solid with the honeycomb mixture. Leave it for about 20 minutes in water and the whole thing dissolves, so that's good. And then you can just rinse this under hot water and just wash this off. So cleanup's really easy. And so I wanted to show that. I'll be back. Chocolate's still getting hard. Okay, we are back. We need a famous red plate, and we're just gonna stack on these on here. I mean, they're completely covered in the chocolate, and they're gonna make some tasty treats. And let's put this half over here. Now, of course, we're gonna do a taste test because we always need to know, even though I've already ate some of the honeycomb. We need a taste test. They're not all going to fit on there, so I'm not going to put them all on. Alright. I mean, look at that. Look at this goodness. We have wrapped in milk chocolate here. We have a honeycomb. Without the chocolate, they will be dipped in chocolate. But I want to do a photo shoot before and after, so I left some here. Let's do a taste test. We have the ones covered in chocolate, like so. See those tiny, tiny holes. The milk chocolate is just the comfort the honeycomb needs. The honeycomb is sweet. I should have ate it without it first. But with the chocolate, it smooths it out. Absolutely delicious. And you see with all the honeycomb that these ones got bigger holes in. And that's okay. It's just going to be more crumblier. So let's just throw the whole thing in. It's crunchy. Delicious. And it's not overly sweet. I mean, we know there's sugar in there. And the light corn syrup. But it's not overly sweet. Absolutely delicious. I like it with the chocolate better than without the chocolate on it. But I got, where did I put them? I had it right here. Oh, here's the crumbs. We're not going to waste these. If you have ice cream, if you made your video that I did a few weeks ago where we made our own ice cream out of little mishap, but we made it out of heavy cream, whipping cream, or whipping cream, and powdered sugar, and we use Swerve so that we can keep it keto. And we made our own ice cream. But you can put this on ice cream, put this on your dessert. You can just eat it as is, as a little munchy, crunchy munchy. That's good too. So there we go. That's our honeycomb recipe. Hope you enjoyed it. You can make this at home. It isn't that difficult. It's just being careful on the stove because it is 300 degrees Fahrenheit for the sugar. And I think that's 145, don't quote me, around that Celsius or centigrade. But anyhow, 300 degrees Fahrenheit, hard crack stage. Take it off the heat. You add in the baking soda, not baking powder. Baking powder will not work. It has to be baking soda. There's other recipes that add like a teaspoon of white vinegar to help with making the bubbles smaller. But that's a preference. I didn't use it today, and I've never used it. So there you go. So we have honeycomb in milk chocolate, honeycomb without chocolate. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up button and share it. Hey, share the fun. Let somebody else, see the video, and hit the like button too. You can also hit that notification bell, which will let you know. I think you've got to click on it, right click, hit all, and it'll let you know every time a new video has been uploaded. And because we've got the holidays coming up soon, so there's going to be plenty of holiday making candies that we're going to do. Kids go back to school soon, so this is a nice quick sweet treat you can throw into their lunchbox. But if it's covered in chocolate, because then it won't fall apart. Like these could be crushed, but these got a coating of chocolate that could give them a little bit more tough. They won't. What am I trying to say? They're not going to squish as easy as these ones, but you can do what you want. So anyway, if you like the video, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, now listen, YouTube tells you who has and who hasn't. And listen, if you want to subscribe, great. If you don't, that's great. But I would encourage you to subscribe to the video and just grow this channel. Because like I said, there are a whole ton of videos we've made so far. A whole ton of videos we're going to make, especially now the year's coming to the colder season. So it is the season to eat chocolate. It's always a season to eat chocolate. So there you go. I'm not going to ramble on. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.